did have one issue with a I call him a heckler.
Oh,
can I lead into this story?
Of course, yeah, you own it, bro.
All right. So again, you know Mike, bro. Especially when Mike has got just a little bit of alcohol in him, he could be a little loud. Mm-hmm. People will use the word loud to describe Mike sometimes. Again, it depends what type of person you are. Because, like, if you're like me or anything like me, you probably enjoy a good entertainer.
And preface, also, anyone else that was in the room with us that I was really paying attention to at this time. So there was an audience.
We're at the bar,
which is bad.
It's 11 p.m. It's the Four Seasons, so there's one old couple at the bar. Blatant PDA, just way excessive, making out with each other, and then it's us and a couple of our friends. And
you, Abby, people we met at the hotel, a couple, their daughters,
and
the bartenders,
and we're talking, doing our thing. Mike goes on one of his rants, and I think he's doing a Russian accent, which I have actually pulled up here, and I want to play because bored, hungover Mike is one of my favorite people on the planet, so I just started filming him one morning.
This is a work in progress.
Again, he does this for fun. I just happened to witness it and film it. I don't even think he knows I was filming.
What I just heard one.
The Russian propelled grenade, it's an RPG, it's very effective against the Panzer and the American Abrams tank. Very, very effective. From up close and in person, it can be detrimental to their defenses.
Bro, for 5 minutes, he's just doing this Russian accent talking about Panzer tanks.
Who's that chick?
That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Or really anywhere, to be honest with
I
you.
didn't see anything.
So he's doing this accent at the bar, and everyone's laughing. The one guy's like, yo, you sound like a drunk Irishman.
The bartender, by the way. The bartenders are involved. Everybody's fucking chilling. I'm on a rampage, dude.
And I'm looking around because I notice, Mike, when he gets excited, he gets a little, like he wants more people to get involved, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was great. Everyone was involved, except the old PDA couple. And I'm kind of clocking them up for my peripherals, and I see they're getting a little more aggravated, and I know they're the type of people that won't say anything until they explode, until they blow up.
Was it like mid smooch and they were getting into it?
Yeah, they were making out. And by the way,
they
I saw them too. They were being like very over PDA. Like they were full makeout session. Like even my sister said to me, she was like, after, all right, you keep it going.
It was just,
I don't want to jump in yet.
It was just like, it was a little unnecessary, but whatever. They're doing their thing. We're doing our thing. No problem.
Yeah. Go ahead, slap
And
lips.
so, Mike reaches a point where it's peak Mike is the only way to put
I saw a pregnant woman walk by, and I was like, wow, look at that species over there. She's gestating some sort of organism or some complete and utter bullshit.
Bro, it's like this couple, they had like a countdown. In their heads, they're like, all right, 3, 2, 1. Both of them stood up.
Same time.
And they're like, what is wrong with you? And the guy's like, you know what, buddy, you're being so loud. And the lady turns to Mike and says an unforgettable line that pretty much set the tone of the entire trip. She turns to him, she looks in the eye, she goes, have you no couth?
No class.
No class. Mike, without skipping a beat, doesn't hesitate, doesn't break character. He goes 0. Absolutely none. Not even an ounce. If there was a negative number, that's how much couth I have. And bro, you can imagine, like, that's not the type of response you
she was
expect
looking,
to get
or
from
that she was looking
yeah.
for. She was looking for a very specific response, which was, ma'am, I am so sorry about. Excuse me.
She goes, have you no couth? This was the timing of it.
Couth.
Have you no couth? 0. Absolutely not even an ounce. Bro, it was one of my favorite moments of Mike in my life because I've never seen anyone react with that amount of like confidence and calmness. And so the guy gets mad because obviously this is not the react. They're looking for an apology or something or some sort of retreat.
Listen,
Mike,
buddy, you're not the guy I want to do this with. Now, keep in mind, this guy's, I would say, probably late 50s, early 60s. Yeah. He's got a bit of a hunch.
He's also hammered.
He's hammered. He's slurring his speech.
So they go to walk away, and Mike's still on. Is like, I am, there's nothing here for you. I have no couth for you. And the guy comes up to Mike and he approaches him. Did he grab you on the shoulder?
He got close. He approached me.
He came up to Mike. Mike's sitting down, by the way, and I'm watching this. And I'm right next to him, and I hate the one person standing up, one person sitting down scenario.
Usually a bad situation for the sitter.
Facts.
For the most of this, in this particular circumstance, there was nothing he could have done. He could have dropped in from a fucking airplane. It would have been profitable.
The guy goes, you don't want to do this with me, buddy. And at this point,
It was Batman.
I got my
It was Christian Bale.
I got my feet kicked up, and I thought I'd use my newfound powers. So I look at him and I go, "Sir, before you do this, I have to let you know I'm a professional boxer."
Oh, you threw that on him.
Yeah, like no, just in that voice, calm as fuck. And then he turns to me.
And what came out of the man's mouth next
Oh no.
will be written about by scholars
Wow.
for years to come. You think my response to the "Have you no couth" question was trickery and sorcery? What this man said next changed the course of time and history.
And humanity.
It created a rift in space-time that then represented the remainder of our evening. 4 hours discussing just this one thing.
Tell me.
I go, "Sir, I do have to let you know I am a professional boxer." He turns to me, locks eyes, and he goes, "I just had." He goes, "I just had spinal surgery."
Oh,
And like literally, but like, and so we just both go like this. We go, ugh. No, not even like that. But like, how do you respond to that? It's called a classic smoke bomb. We talk about
Yeah.
these. We thought we are the masters at smoke bombs. Have you no couth? 0. Negative integer. Apply it, lady. Smoke bomb. Smoke bomb. She's just like, where am I? What universe
yeah.
is this?
And he just threw a flashbang.
flashbang, concussion grenade. Both me and LP go down to our seats.
I'm like, what? I go. Then why are you doing this? What are you doing? So this dude, he just got done telling me, he goes, "I have no spinal column.
I am an exoskeleton.
So we have no idea how to handle this situation. His wife like drags him away, and then we're like, "Yo, did we just get attacked by a frosty?
by one of those wavy arm
frickin'-
inflatable
yeah.
arm guys that they put outside car dealerships."
Yeah.
And then for the next probably 3 to 4 hours after that, we had conjecture over what this man really was. He had no spine. He was some sort of spineless, single-celled organism.
With no structural integrity.
Wow.
We can't. We thought his wife might be some sort of puppeteer, and she's really him, and she's controlling all his movements, or that maybe he's a Blizzard from Dairy Queen, and he's just some sort of.
I thought to
slushy-
myself, she said what she said, but in many ways she could have come up to me and said, "Have you no soul? Do you know what it's like to live your life as a Danish?" This man was a raspberry pastry, literally trying to
Wow.
attack us with no
Was
spine.
it what I envision is a water bear.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a water
No,
bear?
but it sounds.
Look it up. Look up a water bear. This is what I
It
see.
very well could
At
be
some
a water
point,
bear.
we got to the point where he had a hollow bone structure and he was actually able to take flight.
This might
That's
well
him.
have
Yes.
been.
That's
Yes.
him for sure, bro.
I got like, bro. We were sure this man like, "Sir, is there a problem?" He goes, "There is a problem. The only problem is I'm not nailed down to this floor because this breeze is going to blow me away." At some point, he was a paper airplane.
Yeah.
Bro, in our
Wow.
minds, he could have been fucking anything. And so we're sitting there. And by the way, my first question was because I told Logan, I'm like, "Yo, there are very few moments where I have the breakdown in tears, crying laughter. You have to really get to my soul." I cried, laughed for probably an hour after this happened. I was suffocating on my own
This
tears.
is the thing I'll say about you guys that I really love and respect. All the drinking that like lowers your life expectancy, the laughter raises it and neutralizes
neutralized
it. So you guys are
completely.
good. Like
Yes.
you would have lived to 70, down to 60, you're back up at 70.
This part we weren't even. I was bone cold sober. He was like maybe
easy,
2 drinks.
easy. Bone cold sober. We were 6 hours into
I think
just
you're drunk.
shot after
I think
shot.
you're drunk
No,
saying
he
that.
may have
I don't
been.
even think that's a
he
thing
may
right
have
now.
been sober, but if you were sober, you literally have a stomach made of iron. Because that's impossible. We took 43 shots before this happened. And by the way, that's the amount of shots I would want to take before I find out I'm talking to a human ketchup package. Okay?
yeah.
This man had no fucking structure. He was an anomaly. And by the way, after we had this conversation, I'm not so sure he wasn't a figment of both of our imaginations.
We don't know
bro.
he exists.
He
Yeah.
really exists.
It was what kind of man like. It's fighting time, and he tells me he doesn't have spinal surgery. Where are you going with that?
Yeah,
And-
what are you
And
doing?
then on our part, how does it go from normal surgery to like again? You got hollow bones and you can fly.
You can
That's the
take
thing.
flight.
It could have been a flex, right? It's like no punch that you throw at me could do any damage. I don't have
Facts,
a spine.
facts.
I'm Jello. right now.
Facts.
Yes.
You know, I'm a jello human being.
So Abby, Mike's sister, was slightly upset. She's a really good person,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's got like a good heart. And she's
corporate.
she's
She's
corporate.
fucking corporate,
She
dude.
was a little upset that we may had ruined their vacation with our laughter and our fun. And you know, Mike wanted to make it right, so you did see the couple the next day.
I said to my sister that I will spend the majority of the rest of because I did feel bad. I did. People spend their whole
Yeah, you
lives.
don't want any bad vibes on Maui.
I didn't.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
by the way, do you want to know what I was guilty of?
What?
Having a little bit too much fun. And I do, and I truly do feel bad for it. None of it was, I didn't mean to cause any harm. I didn't want them to have a bad time. I got a little caught up in the moment. I had an audience of bartenders and other drunkards, and I felt, you know.
felt at home.
Yeah, I felt at home. Like it was audience stuff, but I spent the next couple days looking for these two people so that I could express a very sincere apology. And I did not see them until day 4, which was really a continuation of day 3 because we didn't sleep. So when I saw them, I had no brain. So like he had no spine that first time. When I saw them, no brain. I saw them and I saw him. I went up to him and I'm like, yo, I could say something right now, or I could dip out to this left exit off the Chick-fil-A exit 17 right here. Boom, gone, dude.
Yeah,
never to be heard of again.
He dipped out.
You never saw him ever again.
Nope, didn't see him again. If you're watching this show, spineless man, and your fucking couthful wife, I am so sorry. And I'll send you a basket of pastries to remind you of who you really are.
She also like they got lucky that they're happened to be dealing with a linguistics expert in Mike.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the word couth, I've said that on this show before, and people are like, oh, is that a word? Like, what is couth?
Yeah, that was the first time I've heard it.
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta know what you know. But that was one thing. The security guards came over afterwards, and the bartenders backed us up. They're like, nah, no causing no problems.
They're just like, hey, guys, have a pina colada, all right?
Exactly.
Chill out.
So that was one thing that happened. It probably produced the most laughter, but I think
for sure.
I think there were more, applicable moments. I don't know how deep you're trying to get. Like, you're trying to go balls deep on this episode.